Hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and if you're new, welcome for the first time. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about why I'm here. That's so vague sounding, right? I've been thinking a lot lately about living with intention and about honestly why I do some of the things I do. Who knows? Quite frankly. But let's talk about living with intention. Let's talk about this YouTube channel thing. Let's talk about how we, aka I, and anyone else who can relate, show up on the internet or show up elsewhere in life, really. Originally when I started this YouTube channel, my intent was to make it all about art. I've always, art's always been a huge part of my life. I've always loved it. I've wanted to be an artist for as long as I can remember, really. So I was like, okay, let's start a YouTube channel. Let's make it about art. I quickly realized I don't want to only talk about art. I love talking about art, but that's not everything I'm interested in. It felt kind of weird to just like pigeonhole myself in that way, especially when I have so many other interests, just like most of us do. And I want to talk about snowboarding, I want to talk about gardening, plants, things like this. So I did that, I started talking about other things, but I think because I'd already set this intention in my mind to talk about art, I was always like, well, I'm getting off topic, I'm getting off track. I've kind of realized, like, over the years, I have this way of almost like trying to split myself into pieces. And I guess I'm kind of talking about this in case other people can relate to it, because I don't know, I find it a little bit interesting, but that I have this tendency to try to almost split myself into like categories, especially online, especially through social media. Don't even get me started on how many Instagram accounts I've created in my lifetime, and I'll always try to split it up, like this one's for art, this one's for regular life stuff, this is for my interest in fitness or whatever. I think when you're trying to run a business, it kind of makes sense, you're not going to be putting pictures of like your family vacation on your business Instagram page. Maybe you are, but it makes sense if you're not. But I think this bleeds through into our personal lives sometimes. And I think some of that is when you're on the internet, sometimes, not everyone, but like sometimes people are really upset if they expect a certain thing from a certain person and then they get something new or something else. They're like, this isn't what I expected from you. Like, what are you doing sharing this facet of your life when I expected to only see this facet of your life? But like, what's that about? Like, is that what you expect in person? When you meet people and when you talk to people, you're like, I thought you were interested in skateboarding. How dare you be interested in swimming? No, we don't do that to people in real life, in face-to-face interactions. So why are we doing it online? I guess that's kind of, I don't have an answer. I don't know why we do this, but this is an idea I've been toying with. And this is not to put all the blame on the way we all interact with social media and with like pressures to be separated into little boxes. Maybe partially that's where this influence is coming from, but I also think for me it's coming from within. I think sometimes I don't want to share all of my interests with one person in one place, and I don't know what that's about. Like, maybe it's because it could be like, oh, maybe not everyone's interested in like this thing that I'm interested in, but I think some of it is probably more rooted in fear and probably rooted more in like self-protection in a way. It's almost like that thing that humans do where we depend on others. So like, if you're going back to like your lizard brain for survival, you're like, I must be acceptable and accepted by other humans because we are social beings. We honestly do depend on each other for survival a lot of the time. I honestly think maybe my lizard brain is doing that and being like, oh no, you can't show all of the parts of yourself at once in one place. Like, people won't like that. You gotta be acceptable. I don't know. But I kind of want to use this channel as a bit of an experiment. Maybe this is like the ultimate experiment. Experimenting on yourself online publicly. Yikes. But yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. I'm interested in using this channel as a way to bring different parts of myself together all in one place and share different parts of myself, share different interests that I have. I want to invite anyone who's watching to think about that as well. Do you recognize in yourself areas where you really kind of split yourself off and don't want to tell people about a certain thing that you're interested in, or don't want to share that with anyone? And why? Is it because you know other people wouldn't be interested? Is it because you don't want to bore other people? Is it really like a huge secret? Maybe. But like, where is that coming from? If you are someone who doesn't want to share all of the parts of themselves, if you don't want everyone to know about like everything that you're interested in, why is that? And what if you did? I don't know. Probably the world won't explode. We'll see. Thank you for giving me this little bit of your time, and I suppose that's all for now. Little thought experiment. Have a great day.